joining us on this Big Game bonus special from the Great American Baking Show Big Game that you can see for streaming right now, available exclusively on the Roku Channel from the Jacksonville Jaguars after 9 years with the San Francisco 49ers. Arik Armstead, good to see you, sir. How are you?
Thank you. Good to see you, too.
Great. That's an applause line.
Yes, sir.
That's an applause line. Now, these guys have not seen the Great British Baking Show. They have not.
Correct.
In my household, that is full-on must-see TV. That's normally on Netflix, which you can see here on Roku with my kids. Did you watch that show as well at home, or are you completely new to this concept of the Great American Baking Show?
I was completely new to it. I hadn't heard of the show, but once some people that I knew found out that I was going to be on the show, they told me all about it and just how important and exciting that it is. And, I started to get excited, too.
Yeah, I mean, because, Prue Leith and Paul Hollywood, who are on the British baking show, are also the judges for this.
Yeah.
And Paul Hollywood, he suffers no fools at all. I mean, he will tell you what he thinks of your baked goods. So did you have a Paul Hollywood moment?
Definitely had a Paul Hollywood moment. For those of you who know, I did get a handshake.
You did?
Yeah.
Because that's the other side. I should have gone positive. If you get a Paul Hollywood handshake, you got a handshake.
I got a handshake for sure.
That's a good thing.
That, by the way, whenever any of us at home cook something or bake something and the rest of the family likes it, we walk up and shake their hand.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So it's a Schuster Eisen family tradition as well to shake hands. What did you bake that got the handshake?
My cake. I baked a cake for the big challenge. It was the third challenge of the show.
Yes. The signature?
The signature challenge. I baked a cake. It was Muhammad Ali inspired and themed. And so I got a handshake for that.
Damn.
Yeah.
So are you a baker, or did you have to, get ready? Did you go to baking training camp?
No, that was my first time, and had no experience, no preparation really. Just went out to London, and was open to the experience, and figured it out as I went, and had a lot of fun.
Okay. And DK Metcalf was in the tent as well?
Yeah, DK and Tony. So it was good. It was a good time with those guys too, seeing their baking skills.
Okay. Now, was there, because Katie Nolan, Amy Smart are also part of the celebrity bakers in there?
Yeah.
Did you have a just NFL only competition to see who would last longest to just win the NFL competition, let alone the full thing?
No, the women were competitive too. Amy and Katie.
I'm sure they were, but I'm just saying, just for you and DK and Tony to say.
No, we were competitive as a group.
Okay.
As a group as a whole, it was a lot of fun. DK did a great job too. DK got a handshake too for his. He made like an empanada, a short rib empanada on our first challenge. And what was cool too, in the cutaway scenes, we all got to try each other's whatever we made in that challenge, and DK, his empanada was very good.
So you would have shook his hand as well, basically.
Yeah, I definitely approve of that one, for sure.
Paul Hollywood handshake, that is next level. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate that.
You got it. Everyone check this out. The Great American Baking Show, Big Games, available for streaming right now exclusively on the Roku Channel. So now that you're seeing another team take on the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, which you have experienced twice doing, what advice do you have for the Philadelphia Eagles, Arik Armstead?
Prepare for a four-quarter game. Obviously, the Chiefs, they haven't been making a lot of mistakes. And, you need some things to go your way to beat them. But just get prepared for a four-quarter game. It's going to come down to the end, typically, how they do, and you just got to make one more play than they make. That's really the only advice, kind of to give. I think the Eagles have a great team. It's going to be a great game.
Okay. So, because I do believe you did play Philadelphia this year. Did you play them?
Yeah, we played Philly this year, yep.
All right. And so the key to stopping Saquon is what?
There really is no key to stopping Saquon. You have to pick your poison with the Eagles. Their offensive scheme, the gun runs, the RPOs that they do, having Smith and Brown on the outside, and the threat of Hurts pulling it and running, there's really no way that you can commit as many defenders as you need to the run game. And they really make you pick your poison. So it's going to be a game of chess. I think they need to do some things up front to be able to stop the run without committing so many defenders to the box, and kind of mix up the front in the run game to slow down Saquon, and then try to make it, try to put them in third and long situations and try to make Jalen Hurts play true quarterback, drop back pass quarterback. Is probably their best bet.
And the key to defending Mahomes, from your point of view, is what?
The key to defending Mahomes, I think, is just being, locked in the entire game. In our Super Bowl last year, they didn't score a touchdown till the third quarter, and I felt like we played pretty good defense. But you just have to be locked in, focused, try to take away his running lanes, and then, make great adjustments down the stretch. I think Andy and their coaching staff, they're trying to figure out the answers to the test throughout the game.
And you sense that. You sense that from your position.
You sense that they're figuring out the answers to the test as the game gets going on. You can see Pat gets more comfortable as the game gets going on, and then, in those finite moments in the game, that's when they are their best. So.
Yeah, I mean, because that's a conversation you hear from so many people this week that we've had come through here, is Eagles more talented on the roster, Chiefs more the better coached team, whether that's fair or not. And you're sitting here saying you, as a defender, going against an Andy Reid coordinated and coached offense, can sense when they're detecting your game plan and your weakness, and you can sense it and feel them adjust in real time.
100%. If you don't make adjustments at halftime and down the stretch, and you just keep, doing, if you're having success and you just keep doing what you kind of have been doing, they're definitely going to figure you out at some point, and they're going to make adjustments.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, were you surprised to not be put out on the field first in overtime last year?
No, I wasn't surprised. I think the decision last year was we were just on the field for a long drive defensively, where they went down and tied the game. And so, I think the thought process was not putting us back out there as a tired defense. I think that was the thought process.
Okay. And now you just spent your first year in Jacksonville. There in Jacksonville. What's the name of the county there? Do you know how to say that?
Duval.
Okay.
Or
well done.
Or Duval. However you want to say it. Nah. Duval.
Yeah. I mean,
Duval
that's the
County.
one I'm familiar with, that one. Not the spooky October 31st version of it. What do you know about your new coach other than that?
Got an opportunity to have dinner with him last week.
I heard he's a confident sort.
Yeah. He has a certain swag to him.
Okay.
He's a younger guy. Cares a lot about his players. Has a lot of energy. So me and Josh Hines Allen had dinner with him, which was cool to be able to meet him and just talk about the direction that we're headed towards.
Did he reach for the check?
Yeah, he paid. So
Okay,
appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you, Coach. We all, me and Josh have been pretty successful too. So we all hit one of those, and it's
it wasn't one of those commercials. Let me reach for the check.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, none of those.
But you made the reach for the wallet.
It was a casual restaurant. None of us were tripping.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure about that, because when you look at your team, you're just not too far away. I don't know what happened last year, to be honest. I mean, do you have an assessment of it?
When I came to Jacksonville, looked at the roster, and looked at the situation they were in before, being 8-3, and seemed like things were heading in the right direction. I was excited, and I still think talent-wise, and when you look at our roster, we have a team that can compete, and I think we showed that in games. I think 7 or 8 games were 1-score losses, and just in my experience, losing games like that in that fashion, and it's got to be something. It's a mentality, it's a schematic thing. Something that we got to figure out But one thing that is promising is that we never gave up on each other. You know, I've been on some good teams in the league, and I've been on some bad teams. And one thing I will say about this team is that we stuck together. You know, we still went out there and played hard for one another. And I think we can build upon that. I think we have the guys to be successful and the talent that we need to be successful. I've been on some teams where it's kind of like, yeah, we're kind of outmatched. And I never felt like that this season. When I went on the field, I looked around the guys I'm surrounded by. I'm like, man, we got some dudes who can really play. And, you know, the exciting thing about this opportunity we have is no one's going to be checking for us. No one is going to be expecting anything from us, so we got an opportunity to shock some people.
Who do you think wins Super Bowl 59?
It's a great question, man.
Thank you.
It's a great question. Man, I would never bet against, you know, Pat and the Chiefs. Obviously, I lost them in 2 Super Bowls, and so I know what I know what they bring to the table. The Eagles have a great team, though. You know, I think if I don't know. I wouldn't bet against the Chiefs, so I'll just say that. But the Eagles definitely have a great team. I think it's going to be a great game, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Eagles won, but wouldn't bet against.
And from what I've
Chiefs.
heard, don't bet against Arik Armstead and the Great American Baking Show Big Game on streaming now exclusively on the Roku channel. It is great to see you. Thank you for being
Great to
here
see you.
in New
Appreciate
Orleans.
you.
You got it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.